Our ancient warriors just got a whole lot hotter. Hey everybody, Brian the Darkness coming at you again with another deck, and guess what? We have our Ancient Warriors, so let's get on into it. This is a pure build that I'm going with. If you guys want to see Tri-Brigade Ancient Warriors, feel free to go ahead and comment down below. Let me make it happen. So we are going to be going with a new guy that came out into the Blazing Vortex. This is Ancient Warriors Lufin. He's really good when he ends up coming out, and then you basically can go ahead and switch the control at the end of the phase towards your opponent. But you don't want to necessarily do that, so you could use it for your advantage to bounce, or you can go ahead and banish it or whatever not, so that way it doesn't get into the control of your opponent. But pretty much on towards the first one, you basically tally up the total number and then get special summon, which is really good, and he's a good beat stick at that. Then we're going to be going with one Ancient Warriors Ambiguous Shaude. This guy's awesome. I did have it at 2, but I cut it down to go ahead and put the third one in here. But then again, I might actually cut down one of these. In any case, this one is really, really good. Eat Your Heart Out, Blue Eyes. Literally has the same stats as Blue Eyes. But pretty much, if this thing attacks, then your opponents basically cannot target it for card effects. And at the same time, if it basically special summons itself out right away into the field, which is really good. Then we're going to be, of course, going with our classic guy, no less than that. It is our Sanmu. This guy is our Rhoda as well as our Compulse, which really comes in handy, especially with all the lower levels that we have. Then we're going to be having 2 of our Zhangde. This guy can special summon himself out, and he gets an attack boost. If you control 2 or more, then he can go ahead and make up to 2 attacks, which is really good. Then we have 3 of our Ancient Warriors Guan Yun. This guy can special summon himself out, just like a Cyber Dragon. If you control no others, I believe it is. It's to no others, right? No, if your opponent controls a monster, then that way you can go ahead and special summon this guy out, which is really good. We are running only one Ancient Warriors Zhuzhkang. Basically, you can go ahead and negate out effects if you send out for a continuous spell or trap of the Ancient Warriors. At the same time, you can get special summoned if he gets brought to the hand by a card effect, which is really good. Then we have 3 of our Virtuous Lu Swan. This guy's really good too, considering the fact that he actually teams up with our Zhuzhkang, so that way they also utilize for the continuous spells and traps. This guy is actually new, well, technically new. They came in, this is the Eccentric Zujin. This guy is fairly good. You can target one of the continuous spells or traps that you control and send it to the graveyard, and then have different names of the Ancient Warriors from the graveyard into the hand, and then you can target one spell or trap that your opponent controls and destroy it, which is really, really good. I might boost it up to 2, but you know, neither here nor there. We'll just go ahead and roll with the punches. Speaking of rolling with punches, we have 3 Big Forehead Bathwater Baby. Why not? It's literally the best hand trap into the game. Second to none towards impermanence, which we unfortunately do not have yet into this deck, but that's okay. On towards the spells, we are going to be going with 3 Fire Formation Tanky. This is awesome. Get an attack boost towards our Ancient Warriors because they are all Beast Warrior type. And at the same time, it'll allow us to go ahead and search, which is good. Then we have 3 of the Fire Formation Tensio. I might maybe limit it down towards maybe 1 or 2. But basically, this allows you to get an additional normal summon, which is good. Then we have our 2 Ancient Warrior Borrowing of the Arrows. This one basically switches out for the attack based off one monster that you control, one monster that your opponent controls, which is good. And then it'll basically cut the stats onto that monster and add it to your own. Then we have 3 of the East by South Winds. I'm no longer upset about the name, but whatever. Anyways, so pretty much you toss a coin. If you get it right on towards the heads, you send this immediately into the graveyard, and then any kind of card that you have for your monsters would go ahead and attack. You destroy 1 card that your opponent controls, which is really, really, really good. All the spells that are continuous on towards the Ancient Warriors will basically go away at the second standby phase towards their activation. So, but that's still good nonetheless. Then we have our 3 visits. This is basically your Black Whirlwind of the deck. Basically, this will go ahead and get another Ancient Warrior. That's not the same name or attribute, I believe, from the deck, and put it out to your hand, which is really good, especially if you're trying to get out for your Zooch Kong. Then we have 1 Alliance. It's Alliance. It's always good to have that. And then we have, for our staples, we have our Harpy Feather Duster, our Mind Control, our Raigeki, 1 Call by the Grave. We can only have the 1. Please bring it back at least to 2. That will actually be very suffice. And then we have our 1 Changbang. It's actually not that bad, considering the fact that we can go ahead and get our Ancient Warriors back with this card. You only need the 1. I've seen a lot of people run the 2. It's a little bit cloggy, so just go ahead and just have the 1. It'll be good enough with that. Then, on towards our extra deck, we kind of keep things relatively the same around here, but that's alright. We have our 3 of the Dragon Lords. Why not? Basically, this is just like Sun Mu. This is your Compulse and your Rhoda for the deck. So, no less than the 3. We have 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Why? Because we could pop and we could draw, so why not? We have tuners, so we are going to go with 1 Clear Wing, 1 Black Rose. That's basically it on towards the Synchros. On towards our Exceeds, we're going to be going with Silent on our Arc. Why? Because it's 4 and we have rank 4s. Enough said. Plus, we can always steal, so it's always fun as well. 1 Dark Rebellion Dragon. 1 Totally Awesome. Teamed up with a Bahamut Shark. Why? Because we have a lot of waters in this deck, which is really good for these guys. 1 Tornado Dragon. Time Thief Redoer. Abyss Dweller. You guys already know what all these guys do, but this is basically your main staples towards any kind of rank 4 deck. You have your Evil Storm Extinction Knight and your Digesto Emerald for our draw power. So that's basically the deck. If you guys want to see a tri-brigade version, go ahead and comment down below. Also, go ahead and check out our Patreon and also check out our Discord. If you guys like what we saw here, like and subscribe, and we'll bring you out more.